You know what I think is one of the strangest things about being human? You spend your entire childhood trying to figure out who you are, and then one day you realize you've been asking the wrong question the whole time. Because who are you really? The version your parents know? The one your friends laugh with? The one that shows up online? The one that talks to itself at 2 in the morning? Which one gets the final vote? None of them. Most people don't have a personality. They have a collection of adaptations. A survival strategy that slowly became an identity. Think about it. You weren't born believing money made a person valuable. Somebody taught you that. You weren't born embarrassed to speak up in class. Something happened. You weren't born convinced that you had to be impressive before anyone could love you. That idea came from somewhere. Every opinion, every habit, every fear, every ambition, at some point somebody else handed it to you. Imagine stripping away everything that didn't begin with you. Your family's expectations, the opinions you copied because everyone around you believed them, the career you chose because it sounded respectable, the personality you built because it kept people around. Keep pulling on those threads. What's left? Because most of us have never actually met ourselves. A person can move across the world, change jobs, lose friends, make money, get married, grow old, and still be living inside a sentence somebody said to them when they were young. That's a hell of a prison. Because creating yourself starts with catching yourself saying, "That's just who I am." I hate that sentence. Because people use it like a lawyer defending a life they never consciously chose. I'm just shy. I'm just lazy. I'm just bad with people. I've always been like this. Have you? Or have you just repeated the same response for so long that it stopped feeling like a choice? There's a dangerous comfort in believing your personality is fixed. If it's fixed, then you don't have to question it. You don't have to take responsibility for it either. But what if that's complete bullshit? What if you've spent years protecting a version of yourself that wasn't even your idea? Because that's the real question, isn't it? Who built the person you keep calling me? Maybe nobody. Be yourself, stay true to yourself. But nobody stops to ask whether that self deserves the loyalty. Because if the person you are today was assembled by accident, why would you spend your whole life defending the accident? I think creating yourself begins with suspicion. You become suspicious of your thoughts. Then you realize that the voice in your head isn't one voice. Part of you wants to take the risk. Part of you wants to hide. Part of you still wants approval from people. Part of you is still trying to survive a life that ended years ago. And in all of this is a person who never really got a chance to make a decision without somebody else's fingerprints on it. That's what creating yourself actually is. Not inventing somebody new. It's finally getting the chance to vote. For the first time in your life, every belief, every ambition, every friendship, every fear gets dragged into the light and asked the same question. Did I choose you? Or did you just arrive one day and never leave? Because those are two very different lives. One is inherited, the other is built, and only one of them is actually yours.